up against the group favourite, one of the favourites for the tournament in Chris Melling. 40 minutes back on the match clock. Race to 7 frames once again, and we are underway. We heard from David earlier when he popped into the commentary box. He will be breaking with that cut break. He fancies getting that 8-ball moving and giving himself plenty of opportunities with it, and early signs are very good. Excellent start on the break for David, and he gets the first chance in this match. Delighted to say, joining me on commentary for this one is somebody that knows Chris Melling very, very well in Arfan Dab on the Ultimate Pool Professionals. Arfan, good to have you alongside me here, and always a treat to get to see Chris Melling in action, but he's going to be pushed here by David.
Yeah, good afternoon everyone. Hi Simon. This is going to be a close game. I know both players really well. Obviously I've grown up playing pool with Chris, being from the same town. But I've known Dave for a few years too, so it's going to be an interesting match. It'll be quite open where the both players play. He's missed that, I think.
Oh, gave it every opportunity to drop.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that should have gone in, to be honest with you. I think we can't really see Chris's face, but I think
But we can imagine.
We can imagine his reaction to that going in.
I think half the battle for players when they're playing someone like Chris, so for David in this example, is that belief that you can go out there and do it. And speaking to David last night, I think he really feels like his game's in as good a shape as it's ever been, and he really believes this is there for the taking for him. He's got the performance in him to it's not just about beating Chris, but to get through this group, get it into the quarterfinals. He feels he's playing well enough.
Yeah, he's. I don't think he's working, so he's completely dedicated to pool at the moment. So he's putting like quite a few hours in, probably every day. He's always playing on TikTok when I'm watching him. So he's putting the hours in, and he's obviously getting the rewards out of it too. He's had some. I think he had a good second half of the year, if I'm not mistaken. He got to the final in one of the Pro Series events, was that?
Yeah, up in Blackpool.
Blackpool, yeah.
Event 5, I think it was.
Yeah, it was in the third tour stop.
Yeah, no, a very, very good year for David McNamara. Great step forward in his career with Ultimate Pool, and an excellent start here for him.
But since Ultimate Pool has come about, he's dedicated himself more to English pool, and he's obviously more consistent, back in the winner's circle regularly, going deep regularly. So
I think for me, over the full span of Ultimate Pool, he's been right up there with as consistent as anybody else. Shane Thompson's won the most titles with 4. Chris has won 3. Mick Hill's also won 3 as well. He's there or thereabouts every single time he turns up. His level of performance is always high.
Yeah, Chris has had, I think he might have had a couple of runners up too in that time.
He has, yeah.
So yeah, that is ultra consistent, especially in the field that we have on the pro circuit. I'm not playing on this TV table a lot. You know, it can be a bit of a lottery sometimes. So for him to get to, 5 finals in about 2 years, that is, ultra consistent.
So no finish on this time. Try break from Chris Melling. Thought David might get the opportunity for a couple of quick finishes, but not really on this time, so it doesn't chase anything bad.
No,
turns the table over.
Yeah, and this is probably where Chris's superior knowledge of the rules with playing Chinese 8-ball, for a few years might, help him. But I don't think that was a bit of a loose one there.
It looks a bit of a nothing shot, but he's basically saying he's sort of almost dangling a carrot. He's kind of just bumping his ball out, making his yellows better, and saying, "Come on then, Dave, do you fancy the clearance now?"
Yeah, he's got a double, hasn't he? So he could do, but I think the right shot is to try and snooker him again somehow. I like what he's done there, because he's promoted that red more over the pocket, so that'll be easier to break the yellow and red out. But he might be snookered after this shot. No, that was the plan, but I think Chris has left him that perfect angle now to break that ball apart, so Dave's got a good chance here.
Not happy, because he knows what he's left.
Yeah, so that clever shot that Dave played, the shot before, is giving him this really good chance now, which I'd be surprised if he doesn't get out from here.
They certainly are all there for him.
Yeah, this is the only shot where I think it can go wrong. He just wants the black, the cue ball anywhere in the middle of the table to be on a choice of like 3 reds. Ooh, I don't think it's cued that well.
Just
got
about. Any thicker on that red could have got awkward for him, but man's perfect now.
I was a bit. He kind of like snatched at that a little bit. He didn't really cue that properly.
Yeah, because you've got to believe he was trying to get almost bang in the middle of the table. He wasn't trying to play this short on that red.
He actually flicked that red too, so he was definitely not playing. He was trying to play that with a little bit reverse side. I don't know if obviously he hasn't cued it properly, but sometimes you can have a little miscue sometimes, and you still get the reaction, but not the same type of reaction. I don't think it was quite a miscue, but he definitely didn't cue it well. So it's looking like 2-0 to Dave.
It is 2-0 to David McNamara, shaping up nicely in this tournament.
Ooh, the 8 ball was on the move there. It's a good hit. He gets a lot of power from the cut break, does Dave. Gets the balls moving around.
Yeah, keep an eye on that 8 ball through this match. I think he's going to be fairly dangerous with it pretty much all match long.
Yeah, I mean, Chris is one of the players that hates the cut break, and he'll hate it even more if Dave pockets the 8 ball off the break.
Chris did have one tournament where he played with one though.
He did, yeah. But it's a running joke sometimes, but I think he goes to it just purely out of frustration.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him go to it in this match. I know he's only one break in and he's gone dry, but if
the next one goes dry, I think every chance he could go to the cut break.
Especially if David has success with it.
Yeah, completely agree.
You do notice what your opponent's doing, and if they find a spot that works, you kind of try and find that spot. Well, missed pot then. The first shot wasn't the best from McNamara there, so he isn't able to dig himself out of it. Chris has a tricky layout, but one that he might be tempted to go for here. The only one that's a major problem is top right-hand corner, but it's pretty good for a combination.
Yeah, I think that's where the yellow is quite deep into the pocket, so it should be a fairly simple skill shot where you can pocket both balls at the same time. So yeah, it could be going game here.
He's thinking about red off the yellow into the left centre pocket, just slightly overhit that shot.
Yeah, I mean, Chris has been practicing on the outside table before this match, and sometimes I don't know if that's a good thing, because those tables are probably like half the speed as a TV table. And yeah, that last shot there is a prime example. He was looking to play on these 2 reds, but a lot shorter position. Because what he wants to do is try and play one of the reds off the yellow, but
he's a long way short this time. So the first one was overhit, the second one was underhit. That one he was trying to pot clean, because he would have played it off the yellow if he was straighter on it.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, he's having to bend this one round. it's a great pot.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it off the yellow like he wanted to, but that's not the end of the world. He doesn't actually have to open up that pocket. He can still play the red into the corners, so that's still a very good recovery for him.
Yeah, because he had to do a slight swerve on that shot. I think he was jacking up, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was really tough.
So the finish is still there. He could screw back onto the opposite cushion for the red down the cushion. Okay, I'll do that.
Decided rather than playing the combination as in red onto yellow and pot them both, he decides he had the angle, take it off the table now. The problem with the shot he just played was he wasn't guaranteed to be nicely on the next ball, and he isn't really. He's a little bit straight here.
Yeah.
Hard to get good on the next red. He's going to have 2 good pots on the trot required here.
Yeah, this is tough now from here. I think he has to take the one next to the yellow too, because it's a tough positional shot to get back to anywhere near the other side cushion from the other red. I mean, Chris has got a lot of cue power, but I think this is the right shot. Just put all your eggs in one basket. Oh, he's cued that really well.
Yeah, fantastic. Use the yellow to hold the white as well. This is going to be a great out from Chris Melling. Big shots required in that one, and at 2-0 down, that really was a big time clearance at the table, but Chris Melling has come up with a fantastic out, and he's into this match now.
Yeah.
He is very anti it, but the 2-time world champion has gone to the cut break. All eyes on the 8 ball.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he might stay there for a while, because that is an excellent shot.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be complaining about the cut break after that break. I think his mates Mick Hill and Gareth Potts might be messaging him, but I don't think he'll be bothered.
I think they're on the phone already.
Yeah, they'll be shaking their head.
Looks like yellows is the option. All the yellows go. This is an easier layout than he took out in the previous frame, but still not absolutely simple. First 2-3 shots to get control of the cue ball and find the pattern are going to be awkward.
Yeah, speaking of awkward, that's landed a little bit awkward too. It just kept rolling a little bit more than what he thought it would. So he's going to have to come off the top cushion and try and play on the one on the rail. Go into the middle. Again, I think he needed to be a little bit straight on that. He's okay. He's just going to be a little bit high on the other yellow into the opposite middle. He wanted to be straight on this, and he can get straight on the other one.
He was trying to hit the other side of the 8 ball, I think, so that the yellow does go bottom right hand corner was the plan, and it's just landed awkward here.
Yeah, I think this yellow does go into the bottom right, but it's not the easiest shot to control the cue ball. He's going to be flirting with the middle pocket, so he's playing a bit top.
Yeah, it's very good knowledge to know you're missing the red. He was very, very close to hitting the red. If he hits the red at all, he's in off.
I think Chris is just, after that shot, he's just accepting just whatever the table gives him now. He's going to back his pot in to get him to the end of this finish. So he'll have a tricky pot here, he'll have another tricky pot after this, because he can't get close to the other one. He doesn't want to be over the red. Is he over the red? Oof.
It's just to the side.
All right.
Just okay.
So he's going to back his cue in, and he's probably one of the best cueists in the game. Still fancy him to put this. This is basically frame ball. Yeah, perfect. Not 100% clean, but played it at a good weight and gave the pocket every chance at accepting the ball. So 2-2 after 4 frames. Desmond 2-2.
Yeah, back to back from Chris Melling. That was excellent. And both times, those clearances, McNamara would have been teased. He would have thought, maybe I might get back to the table here, which you don't always get that sense with Chris Melling at the table. Sometimes he's one shot in, you think, yeah, he's got this. And it was Sheppy in full flow, where didn't see that in him yesterday.
8 ball.
8 ball is close. It is very close. Oh, it stays on the table.
Wow.
Just. And he was tracking. He was right behind this.
That looked into me. As soon as it come off the top cushion, I thought this is right into the centre of the pocket. Look at Dave.
I'm looking at Chris's face. And a little look back at him as well. Oh, he's having some fun out there.
Yeah, that was good to see. Yeah, going back to Sheppy, obviously he's turned up at the venue. I didn't really know how ill he was, because he's just come in, just proper bunged up, you know, with the flu. Obviously I've not been well, but I haven't had the same symptoms he's had. I've just had a killer headache.
Yeah, it was.
So he took his time to settle in, and then once he settled in, he was quite impressive against Aaron. And Aaron, to be fair, he was impressive in both games, and he'll probably be a bit, you know, hard done by not getting through yesterday, because he didn't really do much wrong.
Yeah, made one safety error.
Safety error, that's it.
That's it. That's incredible. That's the standard we're seeing out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is something about a player that when they get away with one, if you like, and he got away with 2, it's amazing that how things can suddenly unfold, and he's going to have 36 hours from his last match to his next one to sort of get over whatever was the issue.
Yeah.
Well, back to this match. Opportunity for McNamara to get back on it. Won the opening 2 frames. Chance to go back in front, and a very good one.
Yeah, just needs to be a bit careful with the cue ball here, because he hasn't got the full cue ball, so he just needs to get this into the middle of the table. That's perfect. And this is looking like 3-2, barring a really big error. I can't see that happening. Nicely done. So it wasn't quite the golden break, but he still mopped up the reds.
Eight ball. This time we get the golden break, and this time he has the right smile with David McNamara. That's fantastic. In it flies. Look at this for a reaction.
I won't tell you the conversations we've been having in private about the golden break, off the cut break, but again, he won't be complaining. Just think.
Well, we see it enough off the front ball as well. I'm kind of, I know where you're coming from. I come on the other end of the spectrum. I love to see the variety in the game.
It's flying again.
Oh, here we go.
No, that's twice he's flirted with that. So he's had one that's hit the jaws of the middle pocket and one that's hit the jaws of the corner pocket now. Chasing the 8 ball off the break, both of them.
It's a dry break though.
Yeah, it's a little bit messy. I think yellows are alright, because that red, if it doesn't drop in to the middle, it definitely doubles. So if you can just navigate these 5 yellows down the table and then get up the table, I think that if he can leave himself like a 45-degree cut on it, he should be able to get it wide back out for the black. I think that's his plan, that's what he's looking at.
Yeah, so I'm just queuing up for that there.
Yeah, so now all his focus now will be what is going to be my last ball to get me up there.
Whichever one it is, the cue ball is going to be moving a decent distance with not a huge amount of margin of error. I know it's wide open, but he needs, you know, that's a delicate shot required on the final ball.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely won't be leaving the one that's closest to the cushion as the second to last yellow to get her up there. trying, if he's got the angle, to stun over using one of these 2 yellows. Yeah, it just goes. It's all about the shot now. The double is tricky because if you land a bit too low, you're going into the reds, and then you're hoping for some luck. So ideally, he wants to be landing, somewhere near the middle of the table, near the bulk line. Really, middle of the bulk line would be ideal. That's all right. I think it probably could have done with another 2 or 3 rolls.
It's still very, very tough.
Yeah, it's thin. This is really thin.
This whole visit was coming down to this, and it's a very awkward little shot. Chris knew it, and he's on it. Oh, it's so good. It really is exceptional. Whole visit was going to rest on that one shot. He knew it. He got as good on it as he could, and that is top stuff from Chris Melling. It's close.
Well,
that was close.
He's hitting it so hard. You can hear it. It's not the worst split. I think there was one bad red next to the yellow. From looking at it, just waiting for the replay to finish. I mean, the yellows are there. If that yellow goes past, it must do, because he's taking yellows.
A really nice positional shot, working itself through the reds.
Yeah.
Yellows is the choice. All the yellows do go. Normally a good sign for the players. Pick that route. Doesn't want that red to get in the way of the yellow, and it hasn't.
Yeah, and he's straight here though. I don't know if he can get out for the. Yeah, he might. Yeah, he's looking at dropping into the right centre, just screwing back to roughly where the cue ball is now.
Good news for Chris, he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. Just drop it in. Yellow up the table is waiting.
Yeah, just a couple of good pots needed here.
Very good, he looks so sharp. These are delicate shots he's having to play. Wasn't much middle pocket showing there. Awkward cueing with a hand on the pocket here.
Got into that a bit more, but it was a good pot. Straight into the centre.
I think he's starting to like this cut break. Since he changed to the cut break, he's gone break clearance, golden break, break clearance. It's working, Chris.
Yeah.
Maybe kind of, you see him quite light-hearted out there quite a bit.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, completely agree with what you're saying too, but I think some people have different like mannerisms in terms of helping them relax, helping them concentrate. Maybe that's what Dave uses to, try and be as relaxed as possible. If he's, got a steely demeanour, maybe it feels like, he's out of his natural comfort zone, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I'm not being critical at all here. I'm just sort of throwing the question out there, 'cause it's not as though he's made any mistakes to allow Chris to turn this match around. It's been 2 dry breaks on the trot from McNamara here that has allowed Chris Melling to go from 3-2 down to 5-3 ahead.
Yeah, he hasn't really done anything wrong, to be fair to Dave. But this is a tricky finish Chris has got here. If he's obviously gonna look to get these yellows out. But just that one bad yellow. How we can navigate that particular problem.
Yeah, you can get to the potting angle, but it's not the red nearest it, it's the other red out from it that makes it really difficult to get to that.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And does he fancy just dropping this in and taking it as a thin cut? I don't think he's on the cut now, but
It may have been what he's thinking.
no, he's looking at playing a cannon of some sort by the looks of it. Maybe put the one into the middle and come off 2 or 3 cushions. I don't.
Ah, bottom left, 2 cushions into it.
Interesting.
Is this line on?
Yeah, it's 2. Oh, he's gone enough. Oh, no, he hasn't. Looked like he was going enough. Little chuckle there.
Yeah, those are just the sorts of things I'm kind of referring to with David. Is that, you know, Chris has raised his hand to apologise not going in off, and McNamara made a little joke about it. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm you know, he should be annoyed inside about that. But more than anything, he should be ready to potentially pounce here. And I'm not saying he won't be by making that joke. It's just his character. It's the way he is at the table.
Yeah. So now he's got that shot I just spoke about 2 or 3 shots ago. Maybe play this off. I don't know if it's on, because it's so hard to judge the cue ball off these cushions, because it slides so much. So they're not natural. They don't play naturally. Obviously, double must go. He's gonna have to screw this in because he's too high on this. I don't even know if it's on now.
Cross treble and cue ball, or
cross treble and the cue ball
coming flying around it. Yeah,
it's gonna be flying.
No, he's got a plan. He is a magician. He is going to need that now. He is one of the greatest shot makers in the history of this sport.
I think he's screwing it in, is he? Screwing it in.
Oh, Chris Melling. Absolutely incredible. What a shot. That was not on.
Yeah, you had to. That's the only way you could double that ball in, just to straighten it up by playing it with a lot of screw.
I mean, he's got to win this match yet. He's only 6-3, 1 frame away. But he could do it here and now. Or will there be a twist? There may well be a twist, because it's dry, and a good layout here for McNamara to try and get himself back into this.
Yeah. There is always a twist in there. I mean, is it that break well, but it's come out dry purely because he's on the hill?
Yeah.
There's always a twist.
Bin the cut break, Chris. It doesn't work. Previous 3 all won him a frame. This one is dry, and it's the opportunity that McNamara needed. He's sat and watched 4 straight frames.
Yeah, I think he's going to be going yellows here. Just get this yellow that he's closest to out of the way. So the other yellow in the middle of the table, I don't know if it goes into the bottom left. If it doesn't, you might need to be putting the other 2, well, definitely one of the yellows into the right centre, just to make room for it.
I think it might. Well, it does go now. Clever, just opens it up. But I actually think it goes between the 2 yellows, which I think he's on it now.
Oh,
between the 2 yellows.
That's a bonus if it does. Looks tight to me. Don't know. I mean, he's always got the plant, hasn't he? That's the other option. Oh, there is a gap.
There you go, yeah. Always a gap.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, flies through.
So it looks like he's done the hard work in this finish. Now it's just a case of not making a positional error. Like that.
Is he on it?
He's on the other one though, he's been lucky.
It's a loose shot.
Yeah. Almost put the commentator's curse on him there.
Has to go up the table first. And you saw him queuing up. Can't get good position.
Yeah.
So he's thinking about top left, bottom right. That wasn't the plan 2 shots ago.
I think that position shot, the shot before, it could be down to the fact what Chris has done in the last few
Yeah.
frames. He's put a lot of pressure on Dave's game there, and it's not easy when that happens and you've been sat in your chair and having not done much wrong. You know, you've got to be ready to react, but it's easier said than done. We've all been there.
Yeah, Andy Williams watches on. He'll be in action in our next match, taking on Dan Eaton-Lees to play the winner of this one, which right now looks like it's going to be Chris Melling. Wide open run to the finish line here.
Yeah, these are gone. I can't see Chris not clearing these up.
If he does go on to clear up here, it's been some performance from 2-0 behind. Had to dig very deep with the counter clearance, break clearance combination to get back to 2-2. They were very, very tough layouts. And then he went 3-2 behind. From there, he did 4 straight, including the golden break. And again, obviously the golden break wins it in one shot, but the other 3, they were not easy layouts at all. This is the first frame he's going to win with an easy layout, largely because McNamara has taken his off the table.
Yeah, I completely agree with what you said there. He's definitely earned his win here. He's not been given it, because he had some really tricky finishes, and he had to pull out some big shots. So yeah, well done to Chris, and unlucky today. It was a good game.